Hey, it's Danny from Jack Rabbit's Barbers here. We've got Nigel in the chair today. He's got a big wedding coming up at the weekend, is it, Nigel? Big wedding coming up at the weekend. So he's looking at just getting a bit of a tidy up today. Nothing too major. It's just a little bit outgrown around by the ears, back neckline, and through the top. So, Nigel, what would you like done today?
Yeah, just a three grade low. Yeah. Kept a little bit longer on the top, thinned down. I usually just bring it shaggy and cut into the fringe.
Okay. So the top is just kept nice and choppy, then a bit messy looking. So you want loads of nice texture throughout there. Not anything too pristine and clean, it's nothing a bit more choppy. Blending it into the sides, probably hand cut around this pinnacle area here and taper that down into grade 3, but maybe into a bit of a 2, just around the very bottom outskirts, just so it tapers out nicely and grows out a bit better as well. Good stuff, let's go. So at the minute I'm just putting in my grade 3. I'm going up to the pinnacle area because I want to be hand cutting the 3 into the sides, just so it's not too high, not too harsh. So this is just my first initial line, which I'm kind of creating from the pinnacle area and down. I'm not going to go too high in the crown. I want to keep some of that crown in there. And then later on I'll clean up all this neckline by just tapering that out. This is my first initial bulk cut, get rid. We don't want all this hair here, we need to tidy it up. Just paying attention as well to my client's head shape when I'm cutting, just because if I go too high, I'm going to start rounding off too much. I can see his head shape in the mirror and where I want to go to. It's actually quite nice and flat, but this side here, I don't want to take it too high just for that reason of making it look like he's got a diamond head shape rather than a nice square masculine shape, which we want to create through his hair, with his hair. This bit can be done quite quickly, but also with precision. I want to make sure that I'm cleaning my lines, I'm cleaning my cutting, that the clippers are picking up all of the hair. So instead of just doing one pass on it, I'm kind of going in different directions, different areas to make sure that I can't hear the hair cutting. And it creates a much more, especially with the clippers, when you're hand cutting you get a lot more precision in it, but with the clippers sometimes these clipper grades don't always pick up, so you want to keep going over and over it. Not to the extent you're hurting his head, but just the extent that, you know, you're picking it all up. You know, if I go in that direction, I'm hearing that hair still coming off. That means my clipper guard hasn't quite picked it all up yet, and it'll make my overall haircut just look a bit messy, not as much detail and attention paid to it. So I'm just listening to the clippers, making sure it's not missed any of those bits. Nice. So I'm just taking my grade 2 now. The client wants a grade 3, so I'm not going to go too high with the grade 2. But what I do want to do is just on these very bottom neck areas here, just mainly up to the occipital bone on the very back, is just taper that out.
You can say that word. Wow.
What, occipital?
Yeah.
Can you not say it?
I know.
Go on, give it a go.
I can.
Come on.
I know it.
I want to laugh. Come on. Come on.
Say it again.
Occipital. The occipital bone.
Occipital. What is it?
Scott, can you say occipital?
Occipital.
When I've just done that grade 2 up to there, I'm going to open it up and do a grade 2 open. And with a bit of emotion flicking out, just to blend that into that grade 3. I'm visualising with my eyes the end of the clipper, so not the actual guard, but the end of the clipper, and that's where I want to be hitting in my hair. So I'm not going much higher than this area here. That's what I'm visualising in my head. So I'm climbing up the clipper and I'm scooping it out to blend that transition from the 2 to the 3, so it's nice and smooth. Let me do the front little areas here. This can all be tidied up afterwards as well with your detailers. Let's get my detailers. I'm going to just make some nice neckline shapes. This is where I shut up for a bit because I'm concentrating moment. Just going to pick up these last little stragglers here with my comb. I'm just scooping it in. I'm just tapering that out with my comb and the detailers just to blend it out. I like to give my clients nice soft necklines, nothing too harsh. I don't want to bite too far into his neckline either. So I'm just using the sides of my comb and just getting rid of those loose hairs around there. And I can also come in this way and just blend it out ever so slightly. Come in the very nape. Blend that out ever so slightly with my cutting comb. Before I put any texture in, I'm going to just go through and cut my profile. Just trimming it a bit. He doesn't want too much off, so it's not a big change. We're just neatening it all up. So I'm just going through the top before I start then going across to the sides. And then just cut up to my line there. So you can see my guideline, you can see what needs cutting, cut into my guideline. Bring the hair up. If there's nothing that needs cutting, don't cut it. So here I'm just pulling out from the sides so I can blend that in there. But what I was making sure is that I'm keeping it nice and square, so I'm not going too much into this area here. I want to kind of keep a bit of a corner so it keeps it nice and square up along there. Otherwise we round it off way too much, and that's not what we want to do. Keeping that crown in there. I'm going to take a little bit off the fringe, so when I take off the fringe on this haircut, it's going to come in the front, get it nice and wet, so I've got good tension. Bring it all forward, and I'm just going to bring it out this way and point cut a little bit here. It's got a bit of a cow's lick, a little bit of a jumpy fringe, so we don't want to take it, we don't want to keep it too long, but we also want to take it too short. I'm using the vintage Mataki scissors. They're fantastic scissors, lovely company. Maybe they'll spend some new ones. And what I'm doing, I'm just lifting the hair up so I can see the heavy areas. When I'm looking in the mirror, I'm constantly looking, I'm just making sure it's nice and even. I can see that just here is a bit of a heavy area. So I can go in, I can point cut a bit of that to create some texture. And then let's blow dry it. Actually no, we've got some texture in there, don't we? My special texture way that I like to put texture in, just by twiddling it and taking the thinners, twiddle it around, get some tension in it, and take some scissors to it. We basically want to make them look like Rick Moyle from the young ones. Is it Rick Moyle or Ade Edison that had the haircut like this? Do you remember that? Is it Ade Edison? He had the little spikes, didn't he? Love the young ones. So what this is doing is just creating some nice texture by taking out little chunks, little areas, and then you get your comb all that hair out. It just breaks it all up a little bit more. With Nigel's hair, because we're keeping loads of texture in here, and it's got quite fine and straight hair, I don't need to use any combs. I'm just finger drying it with a hair dryer. Use my fingers, tossing the hair around, just getting the airflow through it. Naturally, you can start seeing the texture through it. Clay. I only ever use a little bit at a time, fingernails amount at a time, rub it in my hands. And then you want to get this all through your hair, so sides and all, sides, top, front, fringe, everywhere, just to get rid of that fluffy edge. You can always build up and add more in if you need it.
That's not going to be safe.
Pop a little bit more on the top. Do you wear the fringe more up, or is it more sort of
just
falls
sort of,
down?
I literally just pull it down, really.
It doesn't matter, some of these bits are quite nice. If we get these bits out a little bit, because I've left them longer, it'll create more of that square shape, because if you have it too far in, it's going to make it more diamond shape. So you want to just get a bit of volume and texture on the sides here as well,
Sure.
which looks nice.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Cool, are you happy with that?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Dan. Really good.
You're welcome. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's a nice grade 3, just tapered down into the necklines. It keeps it nice and
Good.
tidy. Cool.
Beardbrand is a premium men's grooming company with products not only for your beard, but also your hair and body. Do yourself a favor and head over to beardbrand.com and take care of yourself. Or you can stick around and watch a few more of our awesome videos.